Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Amanda Quintana. Plenty of aspects of normal life have changed during the coronavirus pandemic. That includes how we grieve the loss of a loved one. Gabriella Becerra joins us now with how a local funeral home is giving family and friends the chance to say goodbye from a distance.
Today, Gunderson Funeral Home is holding a visitation and funeral where, under normal circumstances, there would have been between 200 to 300 people coming to pay their respects. Instead, only 14 family members, hosted in separate groups of 7, took their turns to say goodbye.
Nothing compares to what families are having to go through right now.
I'm so sorry for your loss. You and your loved one are in my thoughts and prayers. These condolences are usually said in person after a loved one passes, but limits on social gatherings have restricted visitations and funerals to just immediate family, sometimes even smaller.
At a time where families are looking for hugs and just physical support, you're not even able to get that from your family.
Instead of that physical touch, Gunderson Funeral Home allows friends and family to give hugs from home.
The keys to getting through that grief is knowing that you're not going through this alone. And we do that by bringing people together. And when we can't do that right now, this family's feeling a lot of the burden without the support of those that would normally be there.
Words of sympathy are written from home and hang from a chair during the visitation.
The symbolism of the ribbon on the chair is, though they can't be here physically, they're here in spirit for the families.
Skylar Gunderson says they're finding new ways to support families going through a difficult time.
Words are always a great way to help out a family in this time of need. And with that, just making sure to reassure them that we do have ways around what is happening right now, and that there are opportunities to see their loved one one last time.
Smith says one of the hardest challenges right now is that families are not being able to say goodbye to loved ones, and they're not even being able to give them a proper goodbye after they're gone.
Thank you so much, Gabby. A 39-year-old woman and a 6-year-old child were in an ATV crash. We will get to that, but let's go to Dana first.
Right now we do have cloudy skies. Rain chances have really stayed below the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. We are still seeing that cloud coverage pass through. As we look at our radar right now, the shower chances again are further to the southeast. We have mostly cloudy skies in Madison. Temperature-wise, just a little bit below average today in Dane County. The warmer air is off to the northwest, actually. La Crosse almost at 70 degrees right now. Janesville at about 54. Now, overnight, our skies are going to stay mostly cloudy. It's not going to come along with any precipitation, but it is going to be a little cooler outside. We'll drop to the mid-30s for overnight lows. Thankfully, the second half of our weekend on Sunday, that's going to come along with mostly sunny skies, but we'll take a closer look at our next rain chance building in just a few minutes. Amanda.
Thank you, Dana. A 39-year-old woman and a 6-year-old child are in the hospital after an ATV crash in Partyville this afternoon. Officials say the woman was operating the ATV on private property when it crashed into a tree in a backyard. Authorities say both were transported to UW Hospital via med flight with life-threatening injuries. Mifflin Street is pretty quiet today without the annual Mifflin Street block party. Earlier this week, Madison police warned festivities would, quote, not be tolerated this year amid the pandemic. Authorities are patrolling Mifflin Street, setting up signs asking people not to gather. Some students say they moved to Mifflin Street specifically for the annual block party, and while they understand why it was canceled, they're still disappointed.
Pretty weird. It's a pretty weird vibe. It's kind of sad. I thought there'd be more people like out on their balconies at the very least, but it doesn't look like that it's gonna happen even. So
just making sure to kind of keep tradition alive just by hanging out together, and there doesn't have to be thousands of kids on the street for us to hang out together.
Officials say anyone who gathered for the block party would have been cited a potential fine of $376 for creating a public health nuisance. Any UW-Madison students cited usually have their information shared with the Dean of Students, but as of 2 o'clock today, MPD has not cited anyone for gathering. Wisconsin health officials are reporting 271 new cases of coronavirus today, bringing the state's total north of 5,700. Yesterday, officials reported the state's largest single-day increase so far in the outbreak, 340 cases. At least 268 people have died from complications of the virus in Wisconsin. There's also new cases at the Hormel food packaging plant in Beloit. Rock County officials say 2 workers tested positive for COVID-19. The county and Hormel have not released more details about the workers, but Hormel says the company has stepped up its health and sanitation efforts at its food plants to protect employees. Hormel shut down its Rochelle, Illinois plant earlier this week after more than 20 workers there were infected. The case increases come just one day after about 1,500 people protested Governor Evers' safer-at-home order extension outside the Capitol. The Associated Press reports the governor also received more than 6,400 messages between the morning of April 16th and 5 o'clock on April 17th, the day Evers extended the order. The AP reports a majority of senders opposed the order, some calling the extension political suicide for the governor. There's also a digital counter-protest starting today supporting Evers' decision to extend the order, named the Safer at Home Rally. People are asked to post photos, videos, and words of encouragement for healthcare workers and vulnerable populations on social media using the hashtag SaferAtHomeWI. Support Governor Evers and You Are Why I Stay Home. So far today, more than 100 people from around the state have posted on that Safer at Home Rally's Facebook event page. The Party for Socialism and Liberation is also protesting today, calling for the cancellation of rent payments during the pandemic. It started at Mendota Elementary, and people drove and honked in their cars. They say the moratorium on evictions only delays financial problems for most people. The protesters also demanded the release of inmates from the Dane County Jail amid the pandemic.
So most of us are one paycheck away from homelessness. Many of us are closer to being in the jail than we are to having riches like many people in the country. So we're trying to point out this time is a perfect example of the failings of capitalism.
Today's protest is part of national protests across the country calling for cancellation of rent payments. With some businesses in a handful of states reopening this weekend, other governors will be eyeing their progress and their infections. A key group of experts warns it is too early for states to be reopening, but as Karen Kafer reports, that's not stopping them.
Despite some Georgia businesses getting the green light to open Friday, the mayor of Brookhaven, Georgia, says most of his residents have played it safe.
It looks like most people had stayed pretty much in.
In a handful of states, some normalcy restored for the weekend. That's even though experts warn no state should reopen before May 1st. In Georgia, hair salons, barbershops, bowling alleys, tattoo parlors, and gyms could open up ahead of the weekend.
You walk in, everybody knows where the wipes are, the disinfectant.
Oklahoma, Texas, and South Carolina, among other states with relaxed restrictions.
And what we're trying to do in Charleston and South Carolina is a very measured, strategic reopening.
States with orders stretching into May will be watching. New York's current restrictions run until May 15th. Governor Andrew Cuomo acknowledges the 7 weeks of limitations so far have been difficult, but said they are worth it.
Maybe the life you saved is not your own. Okay. You still saved a life. And that's not a bad way to spend one day or 56 days.
He also said New York will expand its antibody testing for frontline workers. But the World Health Organization is urging some caution about assuming immunity based off the results of antibody tests, saying there's no evidence yet that people who have had coronavirus can't get it again. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafer.
The FDA is authorizing 3 new coronavirus antibody tests, which can indicate if someone is immune to reinfection. That brings the current number of FDA-authorized COVID-19 antibody tests to 7. This kind of authorization carries a lower regulatory standard because it's under emergency use standards. Patients who get results from one of these tests should still follow social distancing guidelines. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, see how the fashion industry is trying to appeal to consumers who can't go shopping at stores. And tonight on News 3 Now at 10, the Janesville Farmers Market is still planning to open during the pandemic. See how organizers say they're taking precautions. That's tonight at 10.
It's time to freshen up around your yard. This year, don't struggle with bulky bags of mulch. Call JR.
JR's mulch sales, spread it around.
Hey, Shackleford.
Shackleford?
They replaced our old furnace with the new Carrier. You know, turn to the experts.
Shackleford fixed our AC with no surprises.
Are you guys talking about Shackleford? I trust those guys.
Did someone say Shackleford?
Shackleford. Schedule spring maintenance now.
If your windows are more than 10 years old, they could be drafty, difficult to operate, or costing you money.
The Champion family is here to help.
Right now, get 40% off your new windows. Call now or learn more at getchampionwindows.com today.
Managing type 2 diabetes? Audrey's on it. Eating right and staying active?
On it.
Audrey thinks she's doing all she can to manage her type 2 diabetes and heart disease, but is her treatment doing enough to lower her heart risk? Maybe not. Jardians can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease, so it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And it lowers A1C.
Jardians can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. And don't take it if you're on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardians with the sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardians.
Ask your doctor about Jardians.
Why O-Cedar? Because when I get home, we like to play crocodile on the floor.
O-Cedar Easy Ring removes over 99% of bacteria, even with just water. Easy and truly clean floors. O-Cedar, it feels great to feel at home.
Download the Channel 3000 app today.
The Garver Feed Mill's new art exhibition kicks off tonight. Organizers developed their drive-through exhibition outside looking in, so guests can drive or bike around the feed mill and take in the art. Garver Feed Mill is raising money for the artists to pay for their time and materials. Any funds raised beyond the $1,500 goal will be used to establish an artist relief fund. You can find out more on how you can help on our website, channel3000.com. This time of year, retailers are usually promoting new spring and summer looks, and shoppers are refreshing their closets for the season. But with most Americans staying at home and stores closed, the fashion industry is taking a big hit. And as Caitlin Huey-Burns explains, figuring out how to appeal to consumers with nowhere to go.
Stay-at-home orders are creating a new spring fashion trend with a nod to 80s hair.
We're calling this mullet dressing, professional on top and then party on the bottom.
Mullet dressing is the new trend for spring 2020.
For sure.
Sarah LaFleur is the founder and CEO of the women's workwear brand LaFleur, one of many retailers now tailoring their brands to consumers who have nowhere to go. She says shoppers seeking advice on how to dress for virtual first dates and business Zoom meetings are making more online styling appointments.
It's been really fun, I think, for our customers to see that and also, say, okay, like just because I'm stuck at home 24/7, it doesn't need to be, my clothes don't also need to be stuck in the same thing 24/7.
Economic fallout from the pandemic has hit the retail industry especially hard, with clothing and accessories sales plummeting 50%.
There's certainly a backlog of inventory in many of the retailers because they had planned to sell this at this time. In fact, there's a lot of discounting going on online by these retailers to move this inventory.
But there are a couple of bright spots, including increased U.S. demand for loungewear, like tracksuits, sweatpants, and robes. The casual wear line Z Supply has tie-dye sweatsuits flying off its digital shelves.
What trends do you think are going to be inspired by this time that we're spending at home?
We actually are pivoting pretty quickly here. I have a feeling that a lot of us are going to want things that are an easy way of layering and an easy way of protecting when we need it.
Several fashion brands have converted studios to make facial masks for healthcare workers, and designers expect a lasting impact on the industry and how people think about fashion.
Wanting that next it bag or those next pair of Gucci slip-ons kind of fell to the bottom of our priority list.
And I think a lot of our customers now are saying, okay, I don't need a lot of pieces, but I need a few pieces that are really meaningful to me.
And one of those meaningful pieces may just be the outfit you buy under stay-at-home orders. with the dreams of leaving the house eventually. For CBS News, I'm Caitlin Huey-Burns, New York.
Designer Christian Siriano is one of those big brands that halted clothing production to make protective gear for those on the front line. So far, his team has shipped more than 10,000 masks to essential workers in New York. Still ahead on News 3 now at 6. Despite a record heat wave, beaches are still closed out west during the pandemic. Plus, sunshine tomorrow in our area and then some chances for storms. Dana has your full First Warn forecast after the break.
This is our home. We've never seen it look quite like this.
But there's no mistaking it. And it's our job to protect it. Because the best people to fight for our communities
are those within them.
So if you've just bought a Volkswagen or were thinking of buying sometime soon, we're here to help with the community-driven promise.
Help is what we've always given. So thank you to our helpers at BMO and beyond. Thank you to the healers, the fighters, the all-nighters, the cleaners, the movers, the 18-wheelers. Thank you to the farmers, the grocers, the above and beyonders. Thank you to all the frontliners for keeping our lives moving when the world needs to stop.
Have your home cooking Pinterest projects been a major fail? Let Sugar River Pizza save you from yourself. With locally sourced ingredients and a variety of creative menu items to choose from, you are never far away from your next favorite dish. Simply call or go online to place your carryout or delivery order and we'll take care of the rest. But if you're still feeling creative, order a growler or two from our beer list, which just might provide the inspiration you need for our do-it-yourself pizza kits. Sugar River Pizza in Verona, New Glarus, and soon, Sun Prairie.
All right, here we go.
On behalf of the physicians,
nurses, and team members
at Unity Point Health,
we are giving you a collective prescription.
keep staying home.
Keep staying home.
Keep staying home.
Staying home.
Staying home.
Keep staying home.
Keep staying home. As a community, we can all work to keep each other safe. We'll show up for you.
We will show up for you.
We'll show up for you.
You stay home for us.
You stay home for
Stay
us.
home for us. Stay home for us.
From our family to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most important. Keep hopeful in the face of all this. Keep believing. Keep being strong. Keep supporting the people on the front line. Keep staying together while staying apart. Keep being fearless. And most of all, keep dreaming. American Family Insurance is mailing our personal auto insurance customers a premium relief payment to help them keep going. We'll keep being here when you need us.
It's hot this weekend in Southern California, but beaches in Los Angeles and San Diego County will remain closed to slow the spread of the virus. In LA County, the stay-at-home order states that all public beaches, piers, and public beach parking lots stay closed. LA County did open 10 cooling centers today to help people cope with near triple-digit temperatures. Let's get a look at your First Warn weather with Dana Fulton. Not quite beach weather here, but we're getting warmer.
We are getting warmer, but yes, I would not recommend hopping in the lake right now. Now, we do have a lot of cloud coverage for southern Wisconsin currently. You can see that's all coming up from the south as we have quite a big system down to the south, but that rain is staying below the state line. Sunny skies will return for Sunday. We're expecting 60-degree temperatures to return tomorrow also, and that's going to stay into next week. We should be at about 60 for this time of year, so that hops us back closer to average. Chance for showers and thunderstorms Monday afternoon, and we will continue to see showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday. So the slow pressure further to the south, bringing showers and some stronger thunderstorms to much of the Midwest, the southern portion of the Midwest, and into the southeast. For us, we have the upper edge of that, the clouds passing through, but no real rain. Maybe a few raindrops just south of Monroe and Beloit. Again, really close to the state line, but none of those showers really crossing up. So tomorrow, as the clouds clear out, we are expecting a mostly sunny sky. Should be quite pleasant during the day. Overnight, we'll stay pretty calm and quiet, and then Monday, the cloud coverage builds in the afternoon. along with a chance for some showers and isolated thunderstorms. Right now, we're not looking at any severe potential for Monday. Rainfall totals will be hovering around 1/4 of an inch for most of southern Wisconsin. If some of those storms start to trail each other a little more, we could see some areas pick up just over 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch of accumulation, but lesser amounts expected north of Madison, and then higher totals will be seen to the southwest corner of the state, where they'll see just a little more rain pass through. As we start to get into May, it's starting to become just a little likely that our precipitation trends will up themselves, a little bit above average. As far as temperatures go, it's also becoming just a little likely we could see temperatures above average. The main warm trend, though, remains in the southwest. Tomorrow, high temperatures will be close to 60 degrees with a mostly sunny sky. It's going to be really pleasant outside. Our breeze, thankfully, backing off a little bit as well. Still coming from the northeast, but at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. We stay in the 60s as we head into the start of the week. A chance for showers and thunderstorms developing Monday afternoon with high temperatures near average in the low 60s. We have scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms for Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, Tuesday will be mild in the mid-60s. Wednesday will drop back a little bit. It'll be a little cooler, but partly sunny skies for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And by the end of the week, we'll see our temps approaching 70 degrees again, heading towards Friday and Saturday.
So we get those good temperatures, spring-like temperatures, but also the rain.
Yes, we're going to come along with those showers and thunderstorm chances. Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Dana. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, which Badgers got drafted today, and how would you grade the Packers draft class? We wrap it up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Choosing the right Medicare plan is simple, right? Except that there are a lot of choices from a lot of companies. Avoid the confusion and the junk mail. Come to Informed Choice Insurance Agency. We know Medicare, and we offer many of Wisconsin's popular plans. There's no cost and no obligation to come discuss your Medicare options with the experienced team at Informed Choice. Call us today.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. For a hand up and help with your utility bills now during these difficult times, contact the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
Your bank can be virtually any place you are. You can deposit checks from here, and you can see your transactions and check your balance from here, and pay bills from here. Because your bank isn't just one place. It's virtually any place you are. Just download and use the Chase mobile app. Visit chase.com/mobile.
They're the 3 words every game show lover wants to hear. Come on down. And Sunday morning, we're hearing from a local teen who appeared on The Price is Right this week.
And we have a stormy but warmer week ahead. We'll see you at 6:30.
Well, no other
school in the country produces offensive linemen quite like Wisconsin does. Since the year 2000, 21 offensive linemen have been drafted to the NFL, and that lucky number 21 was today Tyler Biadasz. The junior from Amherst, Wisconsin, is hoping to pick up where fellow former Badger Travis Frederick left off on the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones and company selecting Biadasz in the 4th round as the 146th pick overall. The former Badger wide receiver is staying in the Midwest. The Detroit Lions picked him up in the 5th round as the 166th overall pick. Wideouts were a bit of a hot ticket this year. Cephas was the 24th one off of the board. Last season, he caught 59 passes for 901 yards and scored 7 touchdowns. So here are all the Badgers that were drafted this year. Still in waiting, though, linebacker Chris Orr. Now, he didn't get an invite to the Combine either, so he definitely felt the snub and worked really hard to make an impression on Pro Day, and honestly, I would be shocked if he didn't get at least a tryout with a team. So stay tuned for that. Days of picks from the Packers that included running back A.J. Dillon that you see here from Boston College. The Packers going after some key needs today, snagging a linebacker and 3 offensive linemen. Whew, finally. Here's an overall look at this year's draft class. Some interesting notes here. Kamal Martin was actually a high school quarterback, but ended up being a linebacker playing college ball at Minnesota. So he definitely played up the fact that he can handle the frozen tundra. And John Runyon Jr. is the son of former Philadelphia Eagle John Runyon Sr. You'll hear about how that inspired his career in a moment. Otherwise, the Packers closing out the draft with a safety and a defensive end in the 7th round. But 0 wide receivers in a year they were definitely a deep class.
Always been a fan of the physical side of the football game. I feel like that's one of the reasons why, we fall in love with the game, just because there's nothing like it, and there's nothing like that physical side where you truly get to, punish opponents, especially in the cold.
Idolizing them and seeing how much work that they put in, kind of the viewpoint that I got, and being around them and, looking up to them and my father, and one day wanting to be them, and that helped add a little bit of motivation and drive and passion into what I was doing.
And finally, closing out sports tonight with some big news, some good news, in fact, if you're a sports fan. According to ESPN, starting this Friday, the NBA will allow teams to open up their practice facilities to players only, but only in those cities where stay-at-home orders have already been lifted. So that means the Bucks here in Wisconsin, Governor Tony Evers' safer-at-home order goes until May 26th, so they won't be able to hit FICE reform at least until that time. But Amanda, these are some signs that things are slowly, very, very slowly, but surely starting to get back to restarting, reopening, all that.
And I'm sure for those players, man, they want to get back on the court and start practicing again. Yeah. So little steps, baby steps. Thank you so much, Melissa. All right, let's take another look at weather.
Tonight, we're going to stay mostly cloudy. Right now, we do have a cloudy sky for southeast Wisconsin. That's not going to come along with any rain. Mostly sunny tomorrow. Really a pleasant Sunday. And then, as you can see, the week's going to be a little warmer, but it is going to come along with some shower and thunderstorm chances. Those shower chances will develop for Monday afternoon. Scattered showers and storms expected for Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the second half of the week into the weekend, that'll bring back those partly sunny skies, and milder temperatures will get closer to 70 degrees.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.